All right. We are live. We are back for another episode. This is the Real Sports Fan Podcast, Season 4, Episode 22. And this is the last sports roundtable of the year. I'm gonna clap it up. I'm gonna clap it up for us, man, because
Yeah.
it's a great season. You know what I'm saying, fellas? I appreciate y'all. I got a few of the fellas back. We'll see if the rest of them show up or not. We got my man with the Eagles shirt on, who we'll be talking to him one-on-one soon in a couple of weeks. We got Mr. Dennis Hardy, aka Port Dog. What's up, Port?
What's going on with you, cuz? I'm here. Fellas,
Man,
how
good
y'all
to have
doing,
you back
man?
on a Thursday.
Yeah. Happy to be here, man.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. I had to make sure you get on this last one, man. It's been a while, man. So we got a lot to talk about, man. So appreciate you coming on. We got my man right below him, Sam I Am. What's good, Sam?
I can't call it. I can't call it. What's good, fellas? Everybody feeling good?
Oh yeah, can't complain, bro.
Nice, man. Blessed by the best, man. Happy to see another Thursday.
All
So
right.
appreciate you jumping on. And then we got my man with all the knowledge, man. My man Gary Dunning. Dunning, what's good, bro?
Hey, all is well. Happy to be back, ready to go.
Yes, sir, man. I know you ready. Man. So appreciate you guys coming on. For everybody watching, I know the Flyer has a few more guests on it, and hopefully they'll join us. Mr. DeAndre Skinner. I'm not even calling him D. I'm calling him by his government, DeAndre Skinner. Hopefully he joins us. He's doing the father thing, which father first. Same thing with Gary. His son's sick. Prayers for him. Hopefully he good. He might be on. And then Felix Weeks, we still got an APB out on him. Him and Gary Dunn. Him and Gary Dunn supposed to have a showdown about Aaron Rodgers. We were trying to do the last few shows, and I don't know what's going on. So he might be on at about 7:30. If you see him out in your area, let me know. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. But yeah, fellas, man. Again, appreciate you guys jumping on. As always, man. Have some fun, talk some sports, man, and it's always a pleasure to have you. Now we got to get into last night, man. NBA Finals. I'm happy because it's 2-2. I picked Phoenix in 7 before the series, and right now for me it's looking pretty good. For that, I at least want to see 6 games at least anyway, because after this we done for a while. So I like to see it go to max. So I think it's definitely going to go 7. And it's one of those things too, man. That's what I always tell people, like, after the first game or first 2, people talk about sweep and this, like, calm down. Like after every game, like, teams make adjustments, and Phoenix hadn't done anything yet because they hadn't won on Milwaukee's floor. So Milwaukee, they just did what they supposed to do. Milwaukee, they went home.
Yeah.
They took care of their home court. So until somebody wins on the other floor, you just serving up home court right now. Yeah, it don't matter. So I always tell people, like, when you talk about a series, man, like, you can't just go off one game or how things gonna go. Big game 4 last night. Big block by Giannis. 40 points from Chris Middleton. 10 straight in the fourth. Chris Paul, 5 turnovers, 2 real bad ones late in the fourth quarter. 17 turnovers as a team for Phoenix, which you're not gonna win with that many turnovers. Offensive rebounds, they got killed. So a lot to talk about. I don't want to take all y'all thunder. But first and foremost, let's just talk about the game last night and just how it went in your thoughts. I'm gonna start with Gary Dunning on last night's game.
So you hit on almost all of it, and the intro. It's all about adjustments. I picked Phoenix to win and 6 games before the season started, and before the series started. And I don't know right now. I'm not trying to be like prisoner of the moment, but
That's real, though. That's real. Yeah.
when I picked Phoenix to win, no offense to Phoenix, but I was planning on Giannis showing up on one leg, and that has not been the case. Giannis is balling now. In my opinion, they really ain't had no business being there anyway. But things happen, injuries happen.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. So right.
They did their thing. I talked a lot of stuff about Philly last time we were on here, and Atlanta beat them, and they beat Atlanta. So I got to give them props. Milwaukee's clicking right now. I mean, they got criticized heavily after the first couple games, saying, there was no help. The sidekicks and stuff weren't showing up, and they showing up big time in Milwaukee. I mean, I'm impressed with the fans. I wasn't even really feeling this matchup like that. And last night I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. And Giannis, that block, I mean, I know everybody's going to touch on that block. I mean, that's Olajuwon 1994 all day, like big time. Big props for him coming out there playing on injury like that. And Chris Paul, he was really the key while I was picking Phoenix. But like I said, you already touched on it, that turnover at the end. He's been around for a long time, but as a result, this ain't the first time that's happened with him. Big turnover when it counts. So we're gonna see if they can turn it around to the best of three.
Yeah, let me ask you before I go, and I'm gonna come back around to you about the rest of the series. I appreciate you touching on last night. Let me ask you, Gary, about that block. Better block. Was it the Giannis block last night, or was it the LeBron block in the final, Game 7, 2016? I'll put you on the spot.
It's two, and I hate to be like this, but it's two answers to that. The better play was Giannis, the more impressive play. The more impactful play was LeBron, because
I actually like that. Yeah, I actually like how you put that. To be honest,
how you put that,
because because I understand why you're saying that, because for Giannis to make the play he made, like, you got to really anticipate and you got to really be keen on defense. Like, it wasn't a chase down. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had to read that. You know what I mean? So I actually like, I won't go. No, I like that answer. I like that answer.
You look at something just to touch on real quick as far as like the situation.
Yeah,
look at the Jordan shot that that's the standard. If he had missed that shot against Utah, you go to Game 7. If Ray Allen misses his shot against the Spurs, they had already wheeled the championship out on the floor. It was going to be some champagne going on that night. So, like I said, the shot versus the impact, that plays a factor for me.
Yeah, that's true, because with Giannis' play, it was a great play made, but if Ayton does get it, it's still a tie game. So you still got a chance. But like you said, to LeBron's play, you don't get that block. It's probably night. So but two great plays. I was just curious, because people been talking about that all day. So I was just curious on that. So appreciate it. We're gonna go to San Miami next. I don't know if you got to see the whole game. I know you was moonlighting on the beach and enjoying your time and all that. You know what I'm saying? But if you got to see some of it or check the stat sheet this morning, my brother, talk to me about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be brief. I think you guys hit it on the head. Saying what you're talking about this more earlier, but I think, like, actually talking to you before in the past, conversations, I think one of y'all told me, maybe both, that role players play better at home anyway.
Oh yeah.
And you got players like, they're playing Connaughton rebounding, and it's not just regular rebound. He's hustling rebounding, like he's getting the hustle rebound. So it's things like that. Where role players are definitely stepping up and playing better at home. I still got Phoenix in 7, but as a fan, you getting a good series.
Yeah. No, I like what you said. No, Connaughton, that's I like that. I like how you brought him up, because honestly, I meant to bring him up. Not only did he hit some big threes, he had that 1-3 to take him from down 1 to up 2. He had some big rebounds, man. You know what I'm saying? Big offensive boards. And he's played key in the series, because people kind of forget they don't have DiVincenzo. So without DiVincenzo, they needed that extra guard, to really step up, because you're not going to get it from a Jeff Teague. He's done. So you're going to get it from someone like not this stage. You're going to get it from somebody like that. So the Connaughton was actually good stuff, because he had 11 points, 9 rebounds. 11 points, 9 rebounds. So that's a good call. Good call by you. Fort, talk to me.
Yeah.
Last night, I know you was working hard, but what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on just how the outcome was?
They covered it all. Pretty much y'all did, but I did catch the highlights, so I did see that. The block was amazing. To be from where he was, he kind of just stopped, pivoted, and just took off. That was amazing. Like, he probably the only one in the league that can make that play, honestly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, to me. Yeah. And then saw that bad turnover Paul had late.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, that's going to kill you, especially with them being at home. But like Sam said, with the road players playing a lot better than they would on the road, But I think they got confidence, man. This is. I don't know if you want to get into that, but this is
This is
like
the
Atlanta and the Philly series a few series ago. Yeah, because they were down. They were down twice. Twice in two separate games, down 20+ points late in the game, and they was able to come back. You do that one time, and I think the first time it was down the most. It was like 20. It was down there 30. It was 26 points. Yeah. It's a lot of points to be down and come back, win. And, you know what I mean? Like, shoot your confidence through the roof.
Yeah, well, that's why, like I was saying too, like when they were down 0-2, like you can't, panic. Like they were down 0-2, like Dunn said it. I mean, circumstances were a little different. Obviously Kyrie, if Kyrie don't get hurt, I mean, we know how that goes. But still, they but still they've been there. Even against Atlanta, they was down. But Port, it sounds like you want to pick Milwaukee for the rest of the series. What's your take on the best of three now since we 2-2? Who you got?
I wouldn't say I would pick them. I mean, I wouldn't say I would pick against them either, man. As a fan of the game, you just watching, you like Sam said, you just and Gary too. You just glad it's a good series because after this, it's gonna be dead for a while. But I wouldn't, you know what I mean? If somebody took a bet, I'd bet on Milwaukee, man. With the confidence they got. But like you said, they didn't really do anything. It's 2-2. All they did was win on their home floor. Like the series don't get interesting until one of the home teams lose.
Right. That's right. All right. So you give me a little bit of Brown Windhorse. You don't do predictions. You kind of have game. You want to back it up. I feel.
Man, look,
it's all good. It's all good.
My squad ain't in. I don't care who wins this thing.
Don't worry. I'm gonna come back around. Hey, I'm gonna come back around to that because we got time today. It's only 4 of us on here. You know what I mean? So we got time. We'll come back to that. I ain't forgot that last series. Let me go back to Gary. Gary, rest of the series 2-2. Now I know you say you picked Phoenix before the series, but you was expecting Giannis to be on one leg. I picked Phoenix. Expecting Giannis to be, full shrimp. But what's your take on the best of three now with a 2-2 series, Phoenix going back home?
Well, you heard what the fans were chanting last night at the end of the game. You remember?
They was. Bucks and 6. Yeah, that's what they were saying, right?
They were pretty confident.
Yeah, they was, yo.
Like I said, I don't want to be, prisoner of the moment. I'm going to stay with Phoenix, but I am going to kind of overreact a little bit. The Bucks look like the better team. And even losing the first 2 games, I'm not one to make excuses. Yeah, they lost the first 2 games straight up. However, we didn't even know if Giannis was going to play the first game. I didn't find out until a half hour before someone texted me that he was playing. Yeah. So to show up and then he immediately has to go out of these games early, maybe they just getting into speed now. And you want to take it back Hey,
Dunn, talk on that though. Why are you getting tired so fast? After the first 4 minutes, he breathing heavy. He out of there, man. What's going on with him?
Well, that was in Phoenix. I think he kind of clarified last night where he said he went out early.
Take a little
nature call. Yeah. Yeah.
Take a little tinkle.
Nature call. But this balance that they have, and they had the debate going. I caught some of it earlier where they were talking about who's Batman, who's Robin, and all this stuff on that team. Look, we know that Giannis is, and no offense to Chris Middleton, Giannis is
he's Batman.
He's the premier player on that team, but I like the way that he's deferring because I didn't even know they had some bad blood between them when he first got there. But I like how he's deferring to Middleton at the end of the game. Middleton has to be the closer, and that's not Giannis's. If they keep playing like this now, I don't see any reason why they can't win Game 5 in Phoenix. If they do that, I don't think that they're going to lose Game 6. So I'm gonna pick Phoenix to win because I want to stay with my pick. But I know that if the Bucks win Game 5, it's because they're a different team than what I thought was going to show up because of the injuries.
Okay. Interesting. Before I got the contingencies out there, that's that Max Kellerman, but I like that. You gotta be safe with it. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Same I am. What's good?
Does Ayton need more touches?
I don't necessarily think Ayton needs more touches. I will say that when he's defending Giannis, he's doing a great job. But when anybody else defending Giannis should shoot like 75%. So Ayton has to stay out of foul trouble. If Ayton's not in foul trouble and he's playing D on Giannis, it's great. It's kind of to my point where I was telling Skinner earlier, because I like messing him about Middleton. That's our thing, because I think sometimes people forget that Phoenix's best defender is Mikal Bridges. And Mikal Bridges has been guarding Middleton. And he tried to, they brought him in there late yesterday. They kind of guarded him, but it was too late, man. Middleton already had it going. You know what I mean? So it was too late. He couldn't do nothing with him. But when Ayton gets the ball down low, Sam, to your point, I mean, he scores. But I can't necessarily say he needs more touches. But yeah, it'd be nice if he got some more easy ones. Yeah. Yeah, but what's your take on the series, Sam? I mean, you ain't gonna skate out of this, you know.
No, I said it in the first segment.
I like that.
I'm still rolling with Phoenix in 7. I see it going 7. Okay. I'm going with Phoenix in 7.
Me too.
I think honestly, I would make PJ Tucker take more shots, man. Like I find a way to find. I'm not
even off too.
Yeah, but find a way to
hit
trap
that corner
three
like he used to, man.
He's not. So I'll find a way to trap that pick and roll high and make him beat us, man. He's got 7 points every game, 33 minutes. He's on the floor a lot. Make him hit some shots.
Yeah. And I like that Milwaukee won last night, because I don't necessarily have a problem with the I know Dunn and I'm talking about the foul call on the 3 by Crowder. I know some people thought that was a Fender call, but honestly, he did get him afterwards on the hand. Jeff Van Gundy said that they was letting that go in the regular season, and postseason, regular season a little bit different. But I'm glad how it unfolded, just because there was some questionable calls. Devin Booker, he really had like 8 fouls. Like, I don't know what the referees was looking at. I mean, he fouled so many times. And that changed the game, because when he went out of the game last night, they were up 6. He came back, they were only up 3. And he was on his way probably to a 50-point game last night. I mean, he had it going, but some of the fouls, and I'm gonna let Dunnan touch on this, he was making just dumb fouls. I mean, like, seriously, yo, like, I mean, like, when you got, I mean, you guys know this, y'all played. When you got 4 fouls or 3 fouls or however many, depending on what your total is, like, how aggressive you can be. And he picked his 5th foul up trying to block out PJ Tucker, but he tried to run into him, which was dumb. And then his 6th one really came on, they called it a block on Holiday, but man, he had his whole right arm on Holiday. So why would you even jump into Holiday like that knowing you got fouled? And then he eventually fouled at the end. It didn't really matter. But Dunn, touch on that a little bit, if you don't mind, just about that whole sequence of some of those plays last night.
Well, it's the same thing as, before this season, I was real big on even Luka, and that's a problem that he has as well. You got to know your worth. Now, no matter what the sport is, I'm all about defense. I don't care if I'm a good player, bad player, whatever. I'm all about defense. But you can't be taking fouls like that. It's going to take you out of the game. He had, I think the sequence you were talking about when you started, he had 38 points. He was cooking. And I'm looking at the stats, cooking, and I'm like,
he was cooking.
He about to do something to them, like, for real.
Yeah.
And then he picks up the foul, and it's like, no, you don't want to give up buckets. But let's be honest. This ain't 90s basketball. This ain't 80s basketball. You're going to get points if you got to give up that layup or something like that. But you have to be on the court, and you can't take dumb fouls like that. And going back to what the question that Sam had, absolutely, I would be forcing that ball inside the Ayton at the beginning. Look what the Clippers did to turn the series around against Dallas. What did they do? They forced the ball up, down their throat at the beginning of the game. It turned that whole series around. You still got Booker. You still got Chris Paul. I will force that ball into Ayton at the beginning of the game, get people tired, get people in foul trouble, maybe like Giannis. We already know that Brook Lopez is as soft as ice cream out here on this day in July. So he can't guard him. And then that's going to open things up for the 3-point shooters and spreading the floor. I would be forcing that ball to Ayton to start the game, the next game, if I was Phoenix. That's just me. But Booker that's some great points, because, and going back to Booker for a sec, and Monty Williams actually trusted Booker, because if you remember, he took Booker out for like 2 minutes and then brought Booker back in with the 4 fouls. When a coach has that much confidence, you can't then go pick up the 5th foul. So Booker's still younger in his first foot, but he's got to learn. Now, I know people comparing him to Kobe and all that, and I ain't even getting into that. He's got some tendencies, yes, of Kobe, but Kobe's Kobe. Let these people be who they are. But Kobe ain't fouling, like that, especially in the clutch. So you got to know, your fouls and stuff like that. Another point you made, which was
well, no, not you and Sam made going back to Ayton. Ayton, I will say, he definitely got that jump hook going. It looked like my jump hook back in '98, baby. I mean, he hit that thing on the right side. hey, hit that thing on the left shoulder, baby. He hitting that thing, man. So I do agree with y'all. Agree with y'all on that, man. He's really developed into a nice player, man. And another thing, going to Phoenix, Cam Johnson, man. Like, man, that kid, man, Carolina all day, baby. I mean, that kid, you're gonna get paid, baby. Man. When it's time for his contract, man, that boy is defending. He's scoring. I mean, his stroke is great, man, from three, mid range. So, he's gonna get paid, man. He's turned into a real good player. Oh, I know I was gonna say, you talked about how soft Brook Lopez is. Like you said, soft is a cotton paper.
Ice cream is what he called
it. He said ice cream. I'm gonna say it's a toilet paper. That's what I'm saying. Soft is toilet paper. But with Cottonelle, there it is. Cottonelle. I couldn't think of the name. Cottonelle, that's it. So I will give Bud credit for this finally. He's taking Brook Lopez out of the game. I don't know why he didn't do this in the Brooklyn series. He's finally taking Brook Lopez out of the game. And who I'm getting ready to say, Sam, who he brought in there? Sam? You know.
Your boy Portis. Your boy
Bobby
Portis.
Portis, baby. When Bobby come in there, they shouting Bobby's name, man. They don't want Bobby Portis, man. Like, yo, he's a difference maker, man. He's a tough player, man. Crazy, yeah, crazy.
He brings that energy, man.
Yeah. So, just a recap for everybody before we leave or before we go to the next subject. Dunning's got Phoenix still in 6 because that was his pick, but he does think if the Bucks can win 5, then they'll pretty much win 6. Port said he would bet on Milwaukee to go. Me and Sam are both sticking with Phoenix in 7. I'm gonna say this about it, Rob. Well, honestly, I'm not really worried about. I hear people say momentum and stuff like that. I look at it like this, man. Like, if this was still a 2-3-2 series, how that format, where you got 2 at home, so then 2 in Phoenix, then 3 in Milwaukee, and then game 6 back in Phoenix, I would be more scared of Milwaukee because I really think they could really. And they still might, but I think it's easier for them to stay where they at home, and then Phoenix, they be in Milwaukee at the time, and they get that third game at home, and they go up 3-2, and then, cause that's what Miami did in 06. That's how we came back. You know what I'm saying? So I would be more inclined to pick, but honestly, I'm not real worried because I look at it like this. I know Phoenix shot 50%, still lost, and again, it's because of turnovers, offensive rebound, stuff like that. I can't see Chris Paul playing that bad again. I can still see Booker putting up a similar stat line though. And they have some other, people are kind of forgetting Dario Saric. I know it's not a big name.
ACL.
Fort knows him.
I know who he is.
Yeah, he knows him well. So he's a backup. He's a backup 5. They're missing him. So I think sometimes it takes a little while to get everybody. What's my boy name that was on Milwaukee too? Or he got hurt, but he back now. Number 12. What's my man? I can't think of my boy name. He got hurt. Now he back on Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
they got him playing the backup.
Man that's guaranteed the ring.
Craig.
Yeah. He guaranteed the ring.
Either way, he got team win.
Right. So he basically playing the 5, even though he's a 4.
Craig. What?
Torrey Craig. Yeah. So I'm getting old. Torrey Craig. So I still think when it's all said and done, to me, I still think Phoenix has the best team, but I do think that, to Gary's credit, Milwaukee has the best player. As good as Booker is, when Giannis, when he's dominant, he can be very dominant. Middleton, Skinner, if you're out there listening, Mark, all you guys, if Middleton can give them, a consistent 20, and it's just like Sam was saying. I know we were talking about role players, but I know, people want to say Tucky's not a role player, but Middleton plays better at home. He doesn't play that good on the road. So I don't know. Even though like I said, I like joking about Middleton because he's better than I think people think. But you still don't know. I'm not saying you gotta go for 40, but you still don't know necessarily what you're gonna get from him. But to be honest, you also don't know what you're gonna get from Drew Holiday. I hear a lot of people talking about Middleton up and down. Has anybody seen Drew Holiday? I mean, no, he played great D on Chris Paul. Great D. I gotta give you that now. When he's a big guard, so when he can defend a small guard. Or a guard at his size, kind of like he did Dame a couple years ago. He's giving Chris Paul trouble. And Dunning, I know you've seen this in the fourth quarter or third quarter. What they did was he was affecting Chris Paul so good. They said, well, look, he out the game. We need him. They put him on Booker a little bit in the fourth to try to to try to mix up with them. But so with all that said, I still got Phoenix at 7. I'm still pretty confident about it. Honestly, even if Phoenix was to lose Game 5, I still think they can go in Milwaukee and win. But I expect them, after a tough loss like that, you go home, you get your home cooking, you sleep in your own bed, all that matters to me. And then they'll be ready. They got an extra day to prepare, and Monty Williams is the better coach to me. So I think you have those guys ready to play Saturday night.
Hey, and Lance, just one real quick. Just
to
clarify,
go ahead. We got plenty of time. Go ahead.
With Lopez, tonight, like I know what I said, was kind of funny, but just the way that he plays, you have to take advantage of it. I realize he's a very good NBA player. He's a starter. He's been dropped 30 points several times before. But comparing him to old school centers, you have to take advantage of the matchup. When you got somebody that doesn't want to bang, they don't want the body on them, they don't want to take the fouls. That's when you send Ayton down there and say, you know what? You taking the first 10 shots of the game, get down there and go to work. Yeah. Get him out the game. Let's bring Porter into the game because he's going to be less effective offensively, and let's get Brook Lopez on the bench. That's what I was saying with that.
I like that. Yeah, no, that's good. I like that. And yeah, like you said, Brook, former All-Star, and I tell you, man, when he gets down there, man, he's a load down there. I mean, he's a big boy. When he gets in the paint, he was 7'1", he's a big boy, but the way they got him playing, stretching the floor. And I know what some of that is because with Giannis there, the lane would be too cluttered if both of them are in there. So I understand, you need one of them out there to stretch the floor. But I'm just happy it's 2-2, man. Game 5 Saturday night, and we'll go from there. We'll go
from Lance, there. Let me throw something out there when you get a minute.
Oh, you good? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Now I know you're a Middleton fan. I know that. I know this.
I am.
I know you picked Phoenix right along with me. Phoenix in 7. But you just said Giannis. They got the best player in Milwaukee, Giannis. Even that Book is doing what Book is doing. So those are two Batmans. Who's the better Robin?
Right.
Chris Paul or Middleton?
Chris Paul. Okay. Chris Paul. Ain't even close. The best clutch closer. He's the best clutch player in the game. Honestly, Chris Paul. I know he had a bad night. That's the worst night he had in the playoffs. I mean, but he'll bounce back, man. I mean, he had just like, I'm not saying he's gonna have 40 or 41 like he had on the Clippers Game 6, but Game 5. If you go back to that, Game 5, they didn't play good. They had a tough loss. Should have won, lost, came back Game 6, and they got it done. So, and Monty had them guys playing, and Chris Paul, he watching film right now. He's tough on himself. So, they'll be good. But no, that's a good question. That's a good question. So, anything else on the finals or anything before we move to some other NBA news, fellas? Everybody good? Cool. I do want to touch on this. I don't know if any of y'all actually had time to look at this. Bradley Beal, he's in the COVID protocol, so he's got to be replaced. Jeremiah Grant's also in it, but they said that his is more precautionary. They think he'll be good, but with Beal, they're going to have to replace him. And I want to hear who you guys are thinking now. I was talking to Skinner earlier about this. Skinner, you ain't on the show. I shouldn't give you no credit, but I was talking to Skinner earlier about this, and he was saying Trae Young. I was throwing some names out, Trae Young, Morant, guys like that. And Trae Young would be nice, but man, Trae Young already tweeted he ain't doing it. He threw up Dunny, you probably seen it. He threw up the Isaiah Thomas video, with the drinks. You say that for, when he said, hey, he said, I had the criteria first to be on the team. Y'all didn't want to put me on the team. So now you ask me, hey, I'm like that too. I'm a little petty wop like that too. I'll probably be the same way. Like, oh, don't call me now. You want me to be on there. But who do y'all think is a good replacement? If they'll play, I was on if they'll play for Bradley Beal, anybody can start, to be honest. Anybody, any names out there y'all been thinking about, or y'all ain't really thought about somebody that could replace Beal? Because they need a point guard, honestly, to me. They need a point. So I would say, I was saying Trae as well, but they ain't looking like, so maybe Morant. There's got to be somebody that's still in tip-top shape, though, because you ain't got long to get ready, for the Olympics next week. So I don't know who else is out there option-wise, but, I would like to see him get a point guard, maybe try to get Morant.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But we'll see.
If Trae's not going to do it, then I guess Ja will be the next person, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess they could try to get another scorer, but I mean, you got Booker coming, so he'll go right into that start lineup where Bill is. You got Middleton and you got Holiday coming. So So, I don't know any other names right now either. I haven't really thought in depth of it, but that was just something that came. But I do. So Pork's here. I got a couple of things from Pork and put him on the spot real quick. I talked to him a little bit about this the day before yesterday. Ben Simmons. Obviously, we didn't get to talk to you on the podcast of the unfortunate events that happened in Philadelphia and them losing that series. Because trust me, right now, man, they'd be in the finals, man, and they would have a great chance of winning. But give me your thoughts on Ben, man, as far as if you would trade him, give him another year, just your thoughts on, and then depending on your answer, then I've got a follow up for you. Go ahead, Mr. Hardy.
Right now, I mean, obviously the answer is different now. It's just, been a few weeks since we've been a series away. But if it ain't for about, I say probably like a handful of guys, I don't think you move them, honestly. Like you in win, like, and I ain't even the biggest basketball, but you in win now mode. That's obviously where we are, where Embiid is, as far as the guys around him, Tobias, whatever. You trying to win now, right? So you can't. I don't think you can just allow him to, or not walk, but you trade him just because you want to get him out of town. Like, if you in win now mode, you got to make sure whatever you bring back is going to help you win now. Like, the picks won't really matter because Embiid will be, he'll be out of his prime. Like,
Let me throw a name out there, too. Let me throw a name out if you don't mind. Now, I hear a lot of people talking about Dame Lillard. Which a lot's gonna come with that. But let me throw another name out. His sidekick, CJ McCollum. What if they offered a package? I don't know the details. I'm just throwing it out there. But a package with CJ McCollum and Ben Simmons, and obviously some more people had to be put in. But CJ McCollum and Joel Embiid with a good core. Would you like that? Could you get with that? What's your thoughts on that?
Who's the point guard?
CJ can run a point. CJ was a point guard in college. CJ is really a point. I mean, he's been playing it too, but CJ can run a point. But even if you want to run the two, now you got Maxey coming into his second year, so you can start Maxey if you want. You know what I'm saying? So what you think?
And who's the point? And then defensively, because you and we always talk about this too. I think what Ben brings to the table defensively is I think people don't, the casual fan don't really.
You got defenders though. You got
but
you got Danny. You got Max.
And what it does is it's going to put a lot more pressure on Embiid to be better defensively too. But
right.
I don't know. I ain't crazy about him. If it ain't Dame or Levine
or
Bill,
that's why I wanted to throw that.
It's got to be a killer, man.
It didn't sound like you was too keen on CJ. Now Sam know this too. Sam know this too. I share a lot with him. I'm a big CJ McCollum fan. And I think that people don't really understand how good CJ is. CJ would have been an all-star last year if he didn't get hurt. He was averaging 29. But he's just in Portland and doing it. I think CJ is good enough to help y'all out, and honestly get to the same place I was at and beat Atlanta. Now, I understand what you're saying as far as a Dame or something like that, but right now, to your point, Ben is not he's not going to give you that back right now. Now, if they start the season and he gets back to a higher level, I think you can get somebody like that back. But right now, can you get a Dame Lillard or a big name back for Ben Simmons right now? I don't think you can. But
probably that's fine. So you don't move him. To me, you don't move him.
But see, I might move for CJ. I might move for CJ. I'm just being honest.
Will CJ be the one?
Of that. They lost the series. They lost those couple games by whatever. You had the one game where nobody else scored a field goal in the second half except for Embiid and Curry. Mm-hmm. So is that's Ben Simmons' fault too, right? See, like I get it. No. I'm not even coming to his defense. He gotta figure it out. But everything is not everything's not Ben Simmons' fault, man. Like
some of us not. Y'all had 220-point leads.
That's crazy. Right. That's not his fault. Like, okay, that's
but you in Philly.
I agree.
Come on, dog. Like,
I agree.
That's on the whole team. That's on the whole team. That's on Doc. That's on all of them.
So basically, you saying bring it back at least one more year? Can we say that? Bring it back one more year and see with Doc second year with Doc. Bring it back.
Where else do you go? I don't see how you do. How you don't.
Okay, and I'm fine with that. Bring it back a year. Bring it back a year. Sam, what's your thoughts on that? On that whole Ben Simmons? You know, we talk a lot about that in the weightlifting sessions on Saturday morning, stuff like that. You know, about Embiid and Simmons and who we take, and it's crazy how something changes. I was always that person, so I keep Ben and let Joel go, but Joel's so dominant now, he ain't going nowhere. You know, so Sam, what's your thoughts on that?
I think we had this discussion. It was similar maybe a year or so ago. Look, you said running back last year. You ran it back. Doc came over. Let him go. Find the best package for him. Because if let's say he does the same thing next year, then the value is gone.
Yeah,
there's no value for him by that time.
Yeah.
So if you can get a McCollum for him right now, and McCollum can come in and play that one,
McCollum,
then
he gonna score.
You gotta do it.
Like, that boy can score, man. Like,
I mean, worst case scenario.
Go ahead, Sam.
You good though? Worst case scenario, give it up. If you let him go now, value. You got a little bit more value in him.
Yeah. So like Sam is saying, if you can get a CJ, pull the trigger now. If you can't get nothing that good, you know, hold and see. You know what I mean? So I get it done, and I'm interested to hear from you on this subject, on your thoughts on it.
Man, Ben Simmons got to go. To say the opposite of what Port said, everything Ben Simmons' fault. It's his fault. We talking about Philadelphia or New York. Look, I ain't no Philly fan, but I spent a lot of time up there. You cannot play like that in Philly. Do you know what them fans are going to do to him?
No.
Next season, this guy. You look at the day before Kobe died, RIP, against the Lakers. Remember, Embiid didn't play. Ben Simmons went crazy, scoring, facilitating the ball. I was right there with you guys where I was like, if I had to choose between him and Embiid,
you take him all
Embiid's
day.
knee, but when you don't, so we know what his potential is. It's up here. Obviously, he can play. Now, I agree with what Port was saying that you can't just get rid of him for anyone. However, his problem is not his physical play. It's up here. Like, for some reason, he decided to just turn it off in the biggest moment. There was no LeBron. There was no Durant at 100%. Kyrie was hurt. There was no James Harden. Like, this was their year to get it done. Like, do you know the teams is coming back next year? Even the Knicks are going to be there. Philly, this was Philly's opportunity to steal a championship, and they just let it slide.
Hey, Dunn, I don't want to cut you off. We got breaking news. Felix Weeks is coming. Felix Weeks is on his way. He's entering. He's in the weight room. He's entering. If I had some wrestling music, I play something for him. I play
Stone Cold.
The glass shattered, and he covered done. And while Felix get straight, go ahead and finish your thought though, Brian. Me cut you off.
No, I was just saying this was their opportunity to steal a championship. I mean, next year, LeBron is already running this mouth talking about the league in trouble. He didn't change his number, you know, because I know he's feeling a certain way about Jordan. You know, he got something to prove. He didn't change his number. Brooklyn got something to prove. Milwaukee might win a championship now. Atlanta's there. New York is there. It's a lot of competition for Philly. And, man, they blew an opportunity because he didn't. It's not about him playing. We all know he can ball. It's right up here, and unless he can convince me 110% that he's gonna come ready to play next year, I'm getting rid of him for almost anybody. That's just me.
Felix Weeks is in the building. Felix Weeks is in the building. Whoever put the APB on, you know what I mean? On Felix Weeks, aka Quentin Richardson, he's here. He's here. I love it, baby. I love it. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. So look, before we get to the NFL stuff, because you and Gary, I got to touch on the NBA. So I got to get your opinion on last night. But hold that thought real quick. I want to go back to Gary on something he said. I actually like what Gary said too, Pork, on this. We talked about Ben Simmons, Felix, as far as should we trade him or not. But I got to holler at you about the game last night. Because we didn't talk about that. That's a good point, Dunnan. The East is going to get better. Right? Brooklyn's going to be healthy. All those other teams, like you said, the Atlantas, the New Yorks, you name it, Milwaukee. So, all those teams are still there and going to be better. So you can't come in, I won't say the same. Obviously, you can come with the same personnel, but Ben is really going to have to either raise his game or like Dunnan said, get out of town, because you're going to need that extra score, that guy, because everybody getting older. Danny Green, a year older, everybody, getting a year older. So that's a good point. That's a good point. So I will say that. So, Felix, good to see you, my brother. Good to see you, my brother.
Sure. Good to be here.
Last night, man. I don't know if you got to see the game. I know you had an early start, but any thoughts on the game last night on the Bucks? Pulled it off, tying it up 2-2.
Yeah, that was a good comeback game for the Bucks. But the thing that puzzled me the most about that game is this blatant foul at the end of the game by Devin Booker, and the officials don't call it. I don't understand that. I'm getting a Rick vibe from that. I'm getting a real Rick vibe from that. What's up with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why I'm glad. I was telling them, that's why I'm glad that Milwaukee still ended up winning, because can you imagine if Phoenix had won that game and they go and look at that call along with a couple other ones? Like, that would have been bad. Yeah, so who you got rest of the series?
The Crowder flop. I didn't get that.
Hey, you going to get that, though. Yeah, you're going to get that. Now, it's 2-2. I don't know. Who'd you have before the series started, Felix, between those two?
I had Phoenix.
Yeah, do you still stay with Phoenix, or do you think the Bucks can pull it off now?
I mean, the momentum's even now, so if the Bucks win the next one, I like the Bucks to go ahead. But if I don't know if it's the whole home court or not.
Same thing they said.
Yeah.
Now we laughing because they said the same.
Game 5 is it.
Yeah. Game five is crucial. Game five is crucial, and most times Game 5 does determine the series. A lot of times, not always. A lot of times it does. One of the times that stick out to me that it doesn't was and Gary Dunnan had brought it up. Miami, 2013. We were down 3-2 to the Spurs, and we won 6 and 7. So it can happen. But to that point too, though, Miami was home 6 and 7. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So Phoenix would have to win. Game 6 on the road. It's gonna be interesting. I'm still going Phoenix in 7, but it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So listen,
I don't know how hurt Chris Paul is either. He looked real bad last night.
Now you know what happened with Chris Paul, man. Drew Holiday happened with Chris Paul, man. He was in him. Okay. He was in him, bro. Yeah, Drew, that big guard, man. He was in him, and plus, I mean, he does have the ligament issue. Not making an excuse for him. He's got the ligament issue on his wrist and stuff like that. But he'll bounce back Game 5. He did have a bad game. We're allowed to have one. But he'll be fine.
Ain't like he playing against Campazzo or
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he had it easy. Yeah. He had it easy on the first couple. People are coming in tonight. DeAndre Skinner's joining us. Oh man, I tell you, on the last roundtable, people are dropping in. It's like WrestleMania. What'd you say?
Royal Rumble, Lance.
He's coming in the building. I don't know what music I had. I don't know what music they had for Skinner. I had like some Triple H or something like that for him. Undertaker or something.
You gotta have some viscera.
Nah, I need that Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, that's what Phoenix said. Because the way Phoenix came in, I had to give that Stone Cold with the glass shadow.
He need
What's good with you? Oh, Bam Bam. Bam was a man. Yeah, he come on the top rope of the hill, but yeah. So look, Skinner, you say it too, because we just gonna go to Felix and Dunnan. I'm gonna let them go at it. But real quick, last night, you know what? We talked about it already. I already know your thoughts on last night. Give the people your thoughts on the rest of the series. It's best of 3 right now, 2-2. Who's gonna win the series as of now? I ain't worried about what you predicted before. Right now, and I'm not calling you D right now. I'm calling you what Miss Michelle named you, DeAndre. because you got some issues. To talk about Chris Middleton. So I'm calling you DeAndre right now. You know what I mean? So you talk to me right now about the rest of the series.
What I'll say about the series is I'm finally glad Middleton had his game. You know, as I've been saying from the beginning, it's not the fact that he hard on him, boy. He just got to be more consistent. See, I'm only hard on him because of you. You call him a number 2. So if I'm gonna call him a number 2, I gotta hold him to a certain standard.
He's the number 1 on that team if you want to get technical. He's the number 1 on that team if you want to get
number
technical.
1 what?
Without him, they really nothing.
See, I don't even have time for stupid comments like that. I'm gonna keep on talking. That's the dumbest comment I heard all day. And I've heard a lot of stupid stuff all day because I deal with a lot of crazy people at work. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you just marinate on that dumb comment you just made. A 2-time MVP, a defensive player of the year. The man's averaging 29, like 15, and 6 for the playoffs. You're gonna sit here and say some stupid stuff like that on 56. Get out, boy, go here somewhere. Anyway, Lance, like I thought it was my time to talk.
Let's see TV. Real Sports Fan Podcast.
Can I have my 30 seconds of fame?
We here, baby.
Give us 30 seconds, Joe.
All right. Anyway, back to what I was saying. For the rest of the series, as long as, honestly, we talking about Middleton and Greek Freak, which I agree that the two probably, 1-2 options, however you want to say it. But Holiday is really the one that's making the biggest difference.
On defense right now, but he needs a score more. What do you think?
He is making it difficult on Chris Paul.
Yeah, he is. That's what we just talking about.
And Booker, in my opinion, when he's in that mid-range, when he come off that screen on that little high elbow, he's hard to stop. But when he man up, man, all of them struggle to score against that boy. And he really done changed the complexion of the series, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Greek gonna get his. I mean, Middleton, if he's more, Middleton, he'll have his game or two every now and then. But Holiday's defense has really been a turning point. I don't know what's up with Chris Paul. He looks totally different. So as far as he's going to win.
He's been saving that team the whole damn playoffs. You talking about a game or two.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Man. He hard on it, man. Yo, he hard on Middleton, boy. Hard on him, man.
You talking about the whole playoffs?
Good, all playoffs.
Man,
all playoffs. All playoffs, bro.
Stop that, man.
All playoffs, man.
All playoffs.
Against the Nets, 40 against the Nets 2-3 times. Come on, man.
I don't know what y'all looking at old footage or something, man. Y'all looking at
we're looking at this year,
man.
Come
on, man.
They wouldn't be about Lowry a couple years ago.
Yeah, they wouldn't be in the finals. They wouldn't be in the finals right now if he wasn't playing good. DeAndre,
absolutely,
they wouldn't be in the finals right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's a team game, right? They wouldn't be what they was, but it wasn't for Greek Freak. That's what we need to be talking about.
We know that. We know that.
It's a team game. You can't win without none of them.
We know who Greek is, but what I'm saying is, when Chris Middleton have a bad game, and that's why he wants to have me on Facebook. I get this man traveled 5:00 in the morning. I get texts normally early from him, about the game. I didn't hear from him at all this morning. Didn't hear from him. I was waiting for his call. I seen he posted the block. Giannis on Facebook. I thought he was going to put a little something in. Ain't heard from him.
Hey man, I give him props. He played good.
He is, man.
Okay. It's all good.
About he the number one option.
Oh no,
that's just
who you got rest of the series?
I have more respect for Felix than that.
He's the number one option with that game on the line.
Man, shut up. If it weren't for Greek Freak, they wouldn't be in that position.
Is he not number one option with the game on the line, or are you gonna give?
He's a shot creator, so yeah, you could probably say that. He's a shot creator, Felix. Any coach gonna give the ball to him on the perimeter over Greek Freak. That's not his game. That's like saying Shaq and Kobe, who had the ball when the game's on the line. Of course, it's gonna be the guy on the perimeter. Come on, man, you smarter than that.
No, it ain't always like that. It ain't always like that. No.
Listen, man. Okay.
Hey, DeAndre, though, who you got rest of the series? It's best of 3 now. Who you got?
Lance Dre. I got the Bucks. I think they're gonna steal one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're gonna steal one.
You got Bucks in 6 or 7?
No, it's gonna go 7. It's got to go 7. Chris Paul ain't going out like that.
So they're gonna win in Phoenix game 7. That's interesting.
Game 7, man.
Because the only reason I say that is because when Dunnan put the contingency out there, and I think Felix did too, that if the Bucks win, they can see him winning in 6, winning 5, and winning 6. And I was saying that if it was an old 2-3-2 format, I could see that. But me, honestly, I hear about the momentum and how people look. I'm not even worried, man. I still got Phoenix in 7, man. it's gonna be a good rest of the series, man. I still got Phoenix to have. You know, I do.
Can I say one more thing real quick?
Both of them won on their home court. Go ahead. I know you're in a rush. Go ahead.
How about all the guys that said the series is over after 2 games? Don't you
we talked about that. Yeah. Y'all hear? That's funny you say that. We talked about that. Run it back afterwards. We talked about that in the opening. I said this is why. I said this is why people need to watch sports and calm down. After 1 or 2 games, people overreacting. It's going to be a sweep. It's going to be this. It's the playoffs, man. It's best of 7. People make adjustments. Like, calm down. Yeah, calm down, man. People always do that, man. They prisoners of the moment.
I heard plenty of that this playoffs. I heard plenty of that in this
the whole playoffs. The whole playoffs, you heard that. People just overreact, man. Overreact. But listen. I've been waiting for this. It's almost 8 o'clock. I gotta set. I'm gonna wait for this. I gotta set it up. Because I won't put words in nobody's mouth. But Gary Dunn and Felix Weeks, we finally got y'all together. There was a comment made. Man, it was early in the season, man. It was probably a single-digit episode. Go back and look at that YouTube Real Sports Fan Podcast. A little plug there. But Gary was basically saying that. And Gary, and I'm gonna let you come before Felix talk because I might not say how you said it, but as far as Aaron Rodgers goes, and we're gonna get into Felix about Aaron Rodgers is he gonna play? Is he not gonna play? I ain't even worried about that yet. But Dunn made a point to say that he wasn't necessarily worried about Aaron Rodgers, maybe as he was in the past because of some of the failures that he's had in the playoffs. And Felix is, anybody don't know, he's a big Green Bay fan. You see the hat that he's got on, so he's a big Packer fan. But first, I'm gonna let Dunning say what he said, so I didn't get it wrong. And then I'm gonna let Felix, respond, and I'm gonna sit back and listen, man. Just enjoy the show for a little bit. Go ahead, Gary.
So just to go back to what I said, and then I'll let him go. I think we were talking about Tom Brady. And I had mentioned that, and I stand by this 1,000%, that I am not worried about Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees. And I made that clear on my friend's podcast that we were doing before, that with Aaron Rodgers, and I'm obviously not saying he can't play, that his game speaks for itself, but Aaron Rodgers is the most overrated player in the history of the NFL.
Oh my God!
Now that doesn't
say it again one more time. I hear it.
Look at you.
There has never been a player that has ever played in the NFL that is more overrated than Aaron Rodgers. That's not on Aaron Rodgers. That's on the people who overrate him, who put him up there and the GOAT conversation, all this. This man has not played in a Super Bowl since I was 24 years old. I'm getting up there now. I got the whole the Giants, Hail Eli, they came in there and bounced them when they were 15-1. He lost twice to Cap. He blew the 16-0 lead to Seattle. All I'm hearing is he don't have enough help. He don't have enough help. But I'm watching Eli loses Jeremy Shockey in 07. And he goes out and wins the Super Bowl, throws a game in the pass to Tyree. Then he throws a game in the pass to Mario Manningham. I'm seeing Philadelphia, they talk about the system, lose their quarterback and go out win the Super Bowl. I'm seeing Jared Goff go to a Super Bowl. And then people want to say, well, Jared Goff got all this talent. Well, guess what? When they played the Saints, the other overrated quarterback, he had 290-some passing yards, and Drew Brees only had 240. So when you really dig into the stats and everything, I'm just tired of hearing the excuses. He has no business, if it's not clear based off what happened last year, and the same conversation with Tom Brady, that is absolutely ridiculous. When I say that Tom Brady only wins Super Bowl because of Bill Belichick, well, he answered that question this year too, when he went to Tampa, who hadn't made the playoffs since 2008 and put another ring on his finger. And he went through Aaron Rodgers to get it. Aaron Rodgers has no business in the GOAT conversation. You want to talk about regular season? I'll put him up there. They won the division since 2009 7 times. They finished second in the division 4 times. If you don't have talent, if you don't have help, you don't do that. He's had better regular season than damn near anybody, except for maybe like Tom Brady. So there's no excuses for you not showing up and doing your job when the playoffs start. We want to talk about regular season, yeah, let's throw a parade for him. But if we talking about playoffs, he got to go over there and sit down at the little kid table where he belongs at.
Oh,
playoffs.
Wait,
Playoffs.
Hold up. Listen, I was trying to not sure because I was trying to come in there a little soft. Jerry went. He went even further than he did a couple months. Skinner, am I wrong? He went even further than he did. Overrated.
No, he went all the way there.
Hey, I will say this though. Duncan had a lot of great points. He brought receipts. He brought information. He gave numbers. I mean, it's not like
he did his research.
I'll give him that. Yeah, he did. He did his research. So he did. Go ahead, Felix.
He did research. He did a whole bunch of talking about stuff that's involved with the team. A team thing. Everything he just said was a team thing. But when you're talking about playing that quarterback position, Aaron Rodgers is top 3, hands down, bar none. It don't matter about if you're talking about Super Bowl or postseason, whatever. That's all team things. But when you look at that quarterback position, you never seen nobody play that quarterback position like Aaron Rodgers. I got some numbers for you too.
Okay.
Top 10 all-time passing touchdowns. Top 10 passing. Top 10 pass receptions. Top 10 passing yards. Super Bowl MVP. 3-time league MVP. 10-time Pro Bowl. 3-time leader at the passer rating. 2-time touchdown leader. All-decade team. 402 passes without an interception. Fastest quarterback to 400 yards. 31 rushing touchdowns.
Okay.
Highest passer rating in league history. That's individual. Playing that quarterback position, Aaron Rodgers, the best you ever seen. Joe Montana, all them funny ass, old ass niggas. Aaron Rodgers is the best.
So hold on, let me
talk about Super Bowls all you want. Quick. You can talk about Super Bowls all you want. That's a team thing. And that's offense and defense. But I'm talking about with that eye test at the quarterback position, you've never seen nothing like it.
And I agree with everything you said, and I can give you numbers on Wilt Chamberlain in the 60s, but how many rings do he got on his finger? That's why I said when we talk about the big boy conversation, if he's all that, let's forget about winning the Super Bowl because it's obviously clear that he can't do that anymore. So let's just, for the sake of time, for the sake of time, I know Lance got us on schedule. Let's leave that out.
Oh, we got time. Go ahead. We got time.
Why?
Hold on, Felix. I'm coming back.
Let's leave that out. So I'm not going into the weeds of it. Why hasn't this man even played in a Super Bowl in the last 10 years?
Yeah, I think that's unfair.
That's very unfair. It's a team thing.
That's in an age of a salary cap. You can't. This ain't basketball, bro. We talking about 11 personnel on each side of the ball, 53 men on the active roster. We can't sit here and act like one man is supposed to get you. What is he, like intercepting passes? Like getting sacked?
Okay. No. This hold on. All right.
They gave him an MVP.
This is what I'm gonna do though. Hold on. This is what I'm gonna do for y'all because now I see how y'all do now because see Skinner always gets on me about amnesia and stuff like that about prisoner of the moment, stuff like that. And that's a great point you made, DeAndre. Great point. But let me say this. Sam knows this as well. Port does. One of my favorite players of all time was Peyton Manning. And Peyton Manning, when he was putting up all them numbers Peyton Manning was putting up, I never heard that. I heard that he couldn't win the big one. I heard that he didn't have a Super Bowl. I heard that the stats don't matter. I never heard what you two guys are saying right now about Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not saying the numbers are the numbers, but I never heard that argument for Peyton Manning. And Felix and John, I'm gonna y'all chill for a second. I want to go with DeAndre real quick. So what do you say about that, sir? I know you did your thing on the field and tight end, but what do you got to say about that? What do you got to say about that?
I mean, what I'll say is, we talk about football. This is a little different than basketball. I mean, it's way too many components. I said nobody can damn about no Peyton Manning. He's 33 years old. He had a bad neck. He couldn't move. This man Felix said Aaron Rodgers had 31 rushing touchdowns.
So basically, I'm right. I'm right there.
Different planet than Peyton Manning.
He's on another Aaron Rodgers.
Listen,
Aaron Rodgers is different.
Get out of here.
Aaron Rodgers,
get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Aaron Rodgers,
get out of here, man.
Aaron Rodgers is different than every quarterback. He's different than every quarterback.
I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers. We talk about just playing the position, or we talking about
y'all forgot that
eye test. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback I've ever seen play football. I've ever seen, ever, in my opinion.
Who you seen better?
I haven't.
I've seen a lot of. I see. This is the thing, and this is how I get with when we talk about resume. Skill.
There is a difference.
Everybody has different criteria. Now, everybody has different criteria. Stephen A. says he's the baddest man, on the planet, this, that, and third. But to Gary's point, I understand it's a team game. So is basketball. So is baseball. It's a lot of team games. But to Gary's point, and he made some valid points that I'm gonna go to Portland because he's a football monster. I want to hear his perspective on this. Is that those are great points to at least get to another Super Bowl and for Tom Brady to come to the NFC and go through him. And now all of a sudden, again, you tell me, he not even on the Peyton Manning, not even on the same plan. Peyton Manning go to the line of scrimmage, and he was doing stuff that before people even thought about doing it. 4 MVPs. No, he ain't.
It's the athleticism for me.
Man.
I understand the athleticism. I understand the run. You can run and all that. Port, let me hear from you, man. On what's your thoughts on this?
I just want to say one thing. You can call what Derek Dunn, or whatever his name is, Derek.
Boy like that.
I didn't mean to say it like that. My fault. You can say he's making good points. On the other hand, you can also say he's talking crazy for saying Aaron Rodgers don't belong in the big boy league. When he talking about quarterbacks, that's
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Hey, don't put words in my mouth. I clearly said if you run it back, that when we talk about playoffs, that's when you gotta go ahead and tell them, look, hey, you over there with the blue spoon and the macaroni and cheese. You go over there with the kids when we talk about the play. That's what I said. Just to let you know, I didn't say regular season.
It's funny, but it don't make no sense.
Hold on a second. I gotta get Porky here. He knows the game inside and out. Pork, what's your perspective on the whole talk from Aaron Rodgers and you want to talk about Peyton? This talk, I still can't believe DeAndre over here. First Chris Middleton, now Peyton Manning. Pork, go ahead, Pork. I'm done.
Well, they hard on.
Come on, you play the sport at a high level. Talk to me.
Yes, Rodgers though, man. I'd be hard pressed to say he wasn't the best. That's just
all time.
I can't.
The best of all time.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
he's better than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Or what are we talking about here? You guys
exactly, man. You keep putting the criteria up, man.
I'm talking about his impact on the game.
Everybody knows Tom Brady is the best.
Y'all going off an eye test. It's a lot of good players that was good in football, but they couldn't make it. I could say which call was the best wide receiver before he got hurt, Sterling Sharp. But it's Sterling Sharp. But it still was talking about what you did on the field. What you did on the field. Come on, man. Yeah,
but you acting like Aaron Rodgers' resume don't speak for itself on top of that. You acting like he man is still in his prime, if you want to be honest.
I'm fine with Aaron Rodgers. But to say that some of these other quarterbacks aren't on the same planet as Aaron Rodgers, who, again, hasn't been to the Super Bowl since 2010.
I'm just speaking on talent.
It's crazy.
Right. No, I wouldn't say that. This guy's that I wouldn't call it. I don't know. I wouldn't say it was overrated either. Though.
It's a lot of guys on it. It's a lot.
I wouldn't say it.
Port, but before you go, I got a question for you. Do you agree that it's a different game in the playoffs? Because that's all I'm talking about. I'm not saying the brother can't. I know he can play. I'm talking about what he does in the playoffs. You only got to win, like Skinner said. You right, Skinner. It's a different game.
His numbers are horrible in the playoffs.
Yeah, you talking about what he does. He plays great in the playoffs. He plays great in the playoffs. What you
acting like he got more interceptions than touchdowns.
So why hasn't he been to a Super Bowl in the last 10 years if he's great every year?
It's a team thing. That's why.
So you're saying that his team isn't good enough to win ever?
No, is that what you're saying? But the other team could be better. The coaching could be better. It could be a fumble. It could be anything.
So we shouldn't give.
Happens in football.
So we shouldn't give Tom Brady no credit for winning 8 or 7 Super Bowls because it's the team.
Tom Brady is probably the greatest winner in any sport in history of sports.
Yeah.
Of course, we know Tom Brady's a great quarterback. He's a great winner, but talent-wise, it's not nobody fucking with Aaron Rodgers.
Hold on for a second.
Okay.
Sam, you're the only one I ain't heard from. Just give me your perspective on this whole thing. All I'm saying is it's different strokes for different folks. Again, y'all weren't saying this about Peyton Manning years ago. Y'all said he had to get another Super Bowl. I tell you, man.
Man, he's scoring because of Peyton Manning.
Now the Chris Middleton, now the Chris Middleton stuff is fun, but the Peyton Manning stuff to piss me off. Because that's ridiculous. All these people always say he gotta win a ring. He gotta win a ring. He wins Super Bowls. He throws for records. He throws for 50 touchdowns. He gotta win a ring. Now all of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers ain't gotta do nothing. Sam, what's your perspective on this whole thing?
Oh, that's where your feelings at. That's where your feelings at, Coach man.
Yeah, all on Peyton.
That's my dog. That's my dog.
Quite in this one, baby. Quite in this one. Quite making the cut for this conversation, baby.
Man, let me hear from Sam. Go ahead, Sam.
I think we just got to decide what we're talking about. Are we talking about a quarterback and his stats and numbers, or are we talking about championships and playoff victories?
We talking about who you rather. If you got the first pick, who you gonna pick first?
If I'm going to, I'm a Cowboys fan. I seen what Aaron Rodgers has done to us in the playoffs. First hand. So that I got to rock with what Felix and them is saying with that Aaron Rodgers, man.
Hey, well, Lance, you want an island, yo?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I ain't on the island.
Peyton.
No. Hold on for a second. I'm not on the island because what I'm saying, I'm not saying that. And this Gary's not saying this either. This is what I'm saying. Y'all construing this a little bit. He's not saying that Aaron Rodgers isn't good. He's not saying that Aaron Rodgers isn't one of the best. He's talking about in the playoffs. Why hasn't he? Well, that's what he said. I'm not going there. So what I'm saying is it's different. It's different conversations for different people. It's different criteria for different people. And it's always, I don't care if it's Sam, I don't care if it's DeAndre, I don't care if it's Felix. Everybody has different criteria for different people. And I'm saying it's not all on the same. Because again, what I'm saying is, when I was saying Peyton Manning was the best, they were saying Tom Brady's the best because Tom Brady was winning.
How long
but Peyton's talent was him. Oh, it's a while ago. He's been retired for a while. But he still went to Denver after the neck injury and still did good. And they still said it wasn't good enough. But for Sam to say that, I respect that. I respect. You said something. I respect what Sam saying. I respect.
Hold on. Who said all this about Peyton Manning?
You, DeAndre.
Everybody.
Everybody, not the whole world.
Y'all on
the
Facebook,
whole world against Peyton Manning.
The quarterback touches the ball every play, and I understand it's a team game.
Dominant defense out
there.
Yeah,
but Dunny Marino was a bad boy too, and he ain't got the same championships either.
Exactly. This such a far basketball is a
Marino was a bad boy too.
What you got bad to say about him? What you got to say about Barry Sanders? What you got to say about Megatron? I don't want to hear that dumb shit about no Super Bowl.
If he could at least get to a Super Bowl, if he's all this, like I said, what everyone is playing, then you should be able to win 2 games and get to a Super Bowl. And this is what I'm saying.
Trent Dilfer got a Super Bowl.
And just like other Packer fans and stuff like that, because I know how y'all be. You took what I said and took this. I said that he couldn't play. I said that he's overrated. That ain't got nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers. That's saying he has he can't be in the GOAT in the GOAT conversation as far as winning if he's only been to 1 Super Bowl.
He's the best player that ever played quarterback you ever laid your eyes on.
Okay. But that doesn't make him the GOAT because he can't win.
You like the Raiders and the Giants and you up here talking about Packers?
No, Gary, that's fair. That's a fair point what you just said. You said that doesn't make him the GOAT. As far as when we start talking about Super Bowls and all that, okay, like Lance said, if that's your criteria, I can roll with that. But when I sit there and watch the game of football and watch what this man does with a football, I've never seen him before in my life. And to me, that makes him the best quarterback I've ever seen. Yeah, we can say, he only has 1 Super Bowl. Football is such a intricate team I mean, there's so many layers to a game of football where it's different. Basketball, you can take a superstar to and just win because they play offense and defense. They control the whole game.
I agree.
Football, if you want a sideline, you want a sideline, baby. If it's 3rd and 2 and my team convert and we run the clock out, I don't care how good you is. You want a sideline. It don't matter. Football can't compare the two.
But Skinner, if he's the best. Go ahead.
Didn't Aaron Rodgers have a play? Didn't Aaron Rodgers miss a big? And I know Skinner going to say, because I already know, I don't like back of my hand now, because I said this about somebody else in basketball. He got me, so I'm waiting for this. Didn't Aaron Rodgers miss a big throw that could have won the game for them or tied it up?
Lord.
And look. And
so
I know
Tom Brady.
well, man.
Tom Brady done the same thing.
I know well.
4 times.
But he's got 7 rings.
Okay, Lance, but he's also lost 5. I mean, okay, what's the purpose? I mean, I don't understand what you're saying. It happens. You're not going to make the right play every single play.
What I'm saying is, to your point, is you just said that football is one of those games where it has a lot of layers. I understand that.
Oh, okay.
But Dunning was saying that the quarterback has the ball in his hands a lot of time, and I'm saying that at that time it wasn't special teams, it wasn't football.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't the defense. He had a chance to make a play, and he didn't make it.
Okay,
why don't y'all hold that against?
That's not happening to Peyton Manning a whole lot too. That's not happening to everybody.
It did. And I was laying Peyton Manning. Matter of fact, at that time I was cussing Peyton Manning. Now you want me to be real?
You done changed, you guys.
Yes, at that time, that's what I was doing. At that time, I was laying them out. But what I'm saying is, you're not holding him to the same standard as you would other people, DeAndre.
I disagree with you. I agree with what you said.
He's done enough great things. He's done enough great things where the things where he hasn't done, the great things outweigh anything bad that he's ever done.
I can get with that. That's a good statement. I ain't mad with that.
But when y'all talk about the team, this is the last thing I got to say about it. When y'all talk about it's a team game, when his team won the division 7 times, and 4 times they finished second. 1 year they went 15-1. He has a team, and he's the best player. So I don't even understand that argument as well. We're talking about the best player. I'm not talking about, it's the backup linebacker's fault because he's part of the team. He missed a tackle. We talk about the best player on a talented team every year that can't even get to a Super Bowl. I'm not saying he can't play. I'm saying there's some disconnect between him leading his team to wins in the playoffs if you can't even get to a Super Bowl in 10 years.
It's 32 teams, man.
Half of them have been to the Super Bowl the last 10 years, and not the Packers.
Let me say that.
Not the Raiders, not the Giants. So what you saying?
Giants won in 2012, and you know who they beat?
Yeah, 2012.
Oh, 9 years. My fault. Okay.
All right. Let me switch it up. But we can do this all night. Let me switch it up real quick. Felix, question for you. I know before we talked about Rodgers, you pretty much said that he will play this season. I know a lot of us were saying that if anybody was sick though, it would be him. Now I know he was playing golf, and he said that next week he'll sit back and wait and see how things play out. What's your thoughts? And to your point, and Felix, I know you're gonna say this too, is that obviously if he wants to win a Super Bowl, you go to the Packers. They got a team that can win the Super Bowl. But is that what's important to him? You know, because this isn't about football, y'all. So what's going on with the Packers? It's not about football, man. It's about respect. You know what I'm saying? It's not about football. So Felix, talk to me about that. Is he gonna play this year?
He's gonna play. He's under contract to play through next year. So if he don't play, he's going to have to sit out this year and next year before he plays football again. He loves football too much to sit out that long. He's going to play. And the Packers are smart for not trying to deal him out. You don't deal out nothing like that. You let him quit.
I agree with that. You don't trade him. No, I agree with that. I read
some news today where it was A.J. Hawk all week, and A.J. Hawk think he's going to show up for training camp. So we good. He's going to play. I ain't worried a bit.
Cool. DeAndre.
Yeah,
I know. What's your thoughts on? What's your thoughts on Mr. Rodgers?
I mean, he's not going to come on, man. I think he's still hungry. I think he still want to get that extra ring to get haters like y'all off his back. He gonna beat him.
I know
he's
he
gonna beat him.
Basically.
Y'all haters. Gary talking about he's overrated and all this nonsense.
Hey, I only got in there. I only got in there because y'all said it's different criteria for different people. We move the goalposts every 5-10 years. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
You made that argument up in your head. Ain't nobody say that about Peyton Manning.
It's just like, hey, it's just like with Giannis. It's just like Giannis. Giannis do one thing wrong, not calling out. D talking about all the other good stuff he did. When you the best player, and D, I'm about to call you D because I don't got time to call you your whole government right now. When you were the best player on your team, you've been that before, and you don't play as good as you want to. You look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I can do better. You ain't pointing to your team and say it's a team sport. I ain't never heard that. I had a bad game. Most times we lost. If I had a good game, majority of the time we won. Dunning, talk to me. What about Rodgers this year?
I think he's gonna play. I mean, it's just the one thing that I will say to his defense is kind of similar to like Brett Favre. The organization they are a little unappreciative.
Right.
I mean, they've given him his money. They have given him his money and stuff like that. But it's like either that's your guy or that's not your guy. But he's just playing hardball right now. He's towards the end of his career. I'm not saying he don't have a lot left, but he'll be there when the season starts. But right now, he's like, hey, y'all could just kick rocks. I'm not showing up for no OTAs and all that mess. He'll be ready for the season, and I'm sure that he'll dominate again during the regular season. And I'll be back next season to talk about the playoffs.
All right, I like how you left it. That's a good way to end the season.
I'm just messing with y'all, man.
No, I know you is. And I like that though. Port, talk about your Eagles in the NFC this year. What's your thoughts on the team and the NFC as a whole?
It's no way to go but up for everybody.
Yeah.
That's yeah. We all gonna be better. Everybody will be better, I believe. Take rid expectations. I don't have much for them. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they
you always try to keep them. You always try to keep them minimal. I know, man. You always try to keep. But when I talked to your Uncle Mitch, he said y'all gonna go Super Bowl. Nah, he didn't say that. He did say y'all gonna be better. He did say y'all gonna be better than people think. And I actually think y'all gonna be better than people think too, though. To be honest, I do. I think y'all gonna be better. I think y'all gonna surprise some people. You know what I mean? Yeah. And on that, the Cowboys. Yeah. Go ahead, Port.
No, I think they'll be better for sure. And the division will be too. So everybody else in there will be better. But we definitely gonna surprise some people, I think. Yeah.
Mr. Cowboy fan down there, every year, like Martin said, your hopes, your dreams. Every year, y'all pumped up, y'all ready, y'all going to the Super Bowl. Me and you last year, we kind of had one of the debates and arguments like they had when it came to that. I wanted that to get his money. You wanted Andy Dalton.
Wait a minute.
We got into a little bit about that. Yeah. You wanted Andy. I didn't forget. You wanted Andy. Port, remember? You wanted Andy. But you wanted Andy. Yeah. He didn't want to pay that. But
he didn't.
I didn't want to pay that.
He didn't want to pay that.
There it is.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't want to pay that.
Right.
So what's your thoughts on the season, man, with your Cowboys? Man? I know, right?
It's going to be interesting, man. I think, honestly, I'm going to temper our expectations a little bit, but we are going to be in the playoffs. We're going to win our division. I know Port should be interested. I'm going to throw it out there. We're going to win our division.
Okay.
Man, I think our defense last year was like ranked 32, 31. If we can get in the top 20 with that offense, I think we got division's ours. So I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat it. I think Philly's going to be a little better. Redskins going to be good. The Giants are going to be tough as long as they stay healthy with Saquon for our division. But nah, we're ready. We're all right.
Let me ask you this before I go to D and Felix. Talk to me a little bit about the changes y'all made on defense. What are y'all going back to this year? And let's talk a little bit about the defense.
Well, it's still going to be a form of a hybrid. Like, honestly, the biggest change that we made was we got rid of Nolan. That's the biggest change. I think, the players that we brought in.
He had to go.
Yeah, the players we brought in are going to help. Some of them, the young boy Parsons, Jabril may get a little bit of run, the cornerback. But the biggest thing is we got, we bringing in a new coach. Dan Quinn is a different guy, and where he wasn't as successful as a head coach. Defense is his niche. So if you watch what he did with the Seattle teams and even Atlanta, it's still a hybrid. I don't think he's not dumb enough to put DeMarcus Lawrence at $22 million as an outside linebacker though. Mm-hmm. So DeMarcus is still gonna be rushing the passer. So he's going to change the scheme up a little bit, but it's still going to be a hybrid, give it a little mix and match. You got a lot of players that can do a lot of different things now. Now, Jalen Smith, might be on the go.
Okay. Appreciate that insight, man. You always bring it with that, so I appreciate that. Mr. Skinner, the Ravens, man. Talk to me a little bit about talk to me a little bit about the outlook of the season and what you're expecting from Lamar and the boys this year.
I think our offense is going to be crazy dynamic this year, not even just because of the players. We got a couple new offensive scheme guys, T. Martin and other dude name slipped my mind, but they kind of revamped the passing game. Like people think that that we could only pass the tight ends, but a lot of that was our offensive coordinator. He's just never been the type of guy that can design an offense for passing. He's always been a run first type of guy. And I watched like a couple of videos and a couple of pieces of film where the route concepts were so poor, man. It's like I probably could have got Easton Pop Warner team to get open. You know what I mean? Better than what them guys are doing. They running routes. They in the same place. Like I mean, it's crazy, man. They're out there looking confused. So we got some new guys coming in. It's going to redesign the offense. My only concern about our team is the consistent outside pass rush. Obviously we lost a couple guys in Ngakwe and obviously Judon going up to Patriots. So we got a couple of young boys. We don't have anybody proven pass rush on the outside. We got a couple inside guys that I like. Matabuke. Keep that name on y'all radar. Justin Matabuke. He is an absolute monster in the middle. Yes, Texas A&M.
Yeah, Texas A&M, yeah.
He is an absolute monster in the middle. So if he stays healthy this year, he's going to make some noise in the middle. But my only concern is that outside pass rush. Wink Martindale, he's amazing at drawing up blitzes. He's going to find ways to generate pressure. But I worry about that because that puts too much pressure on our secondary, which is loaded. Don't get it twisted. Our secondary is loaded, but then you can only cover for so long. So if you don't get home to that quarterback, that's a whole lot of pressure on them DBs. So that's the only thing I'm worried about.
Hey, Skinner, before I go to feed, is it safe to say, and I just want to hear your thoughts on this as far as the division, but I think Cincinnati be a little better, and I mean just competitive. I'm not going to go playoffs, nothing crazy like that, but is it safe to say that this is the first year that you're more worried about the Browns than the Steelers, or is that incorrect for me to say?
No, that's 100% correct. The Browns, I think the Browns roster, I mean, this is obviously preseason, it's all on paper, it don't matter, but I think their roster is voted like the third best in the league, and ours is voted like fourth or fifth. So I'm 100% worried about the Browns. It's really going to come down to Baker. I mean, as far as he gets like these mental lapses or something, I'm like, where he just, I don't know, like he psychs himself out the game. If he starts throwing them crazy interceptions and stuff, all that talent ain't gonna matter. But they got a good coach. You know what I'm saying? They loaded, man. I mean, they are loaded, offense and defense. So I'm definitely worried about them. The Steelers, they're gonna be the Steelers. You know what I mean? They'll at least win 8-9 games, but I think their run is over until they find a quarterback.
Yeah, I agree. And like you said, to Baker's point, he just gotta play ball, man, and with Odell back, don't try to force feed him. Man. Run the ball. You got Chubb. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? You got Chubb. You got Hunt.
And Hunt.
And, I mean, Hunt should get paid after next year too. I think it was Sam that said, man, why Hunt signed that 2-year deal? I think he needed that security, but after last year, he might have gone. Maybe Port said it. He probably could have got a nice little deal, man.
He should have got out.
Yeah, it's gonna be. What you say?
Had that flag on it.
Yeah. You're right.
Domestic violence charge.
Yeah, he did. That's why I said, like, he didn't know he was gonna play that good, so he had to be safe and take the guarantee.
Yeah, what he
you know what I mean? So so I get it. I ain't mad at him. I'm happy for him, man. Both of those my guys, Chubb and Hunt. Felix, man. Hopefully we won't start a whole nother thing, but your Packers is a Super Bowl or bust, or are you more let's see what we got out there. What's your thoughts on the season? I know you're always a confident guy.
Man, we've been 13-3 the past few seasons. We've been an NFC Championship past few seasons. Super Bowl or bust this year.
That's real. That's real though, and I'm glad you said that. I can respect that because I would agree with you at this point. With the success y'all have had the last few years, the team y'all have got, and honestly, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised after all this. This has been good fun. I've enjoyed it. All this fun we just had. If he go win a Super Bowl next year, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Nah, don't try to cover it up, Mr.
Don't try.
Hey, I wouldn't. That's all I said. Gary wouldn't be surprised either.
Oh man, but we're gonna definitely have we definitely I'm gonna have to probably do a before next season some sort of like midway NFL show or something for us so we can kind of reconvene and maybe at the halfway point see where our teams are. It's an extra game this year, right? It's 17 games this year. Am I
17,
right?
yeah.
17.
Yep.
Okay, so that means the Colts definitely got 12 wins this year. Then we 12-5. So we definitely got 12 wins this year, and it's big. Carson Wentz. Welcome to Indy, baby.
Week before Christmas, Scanner, what's up? The 19th.
Let's go.
What's up?
Let's get there.
Wow, is it?
Let's go.
In Baltimore?
Yeah, in Baltimore.
Wow. Oh yeah, y'all definitely got to go to that. Oh,
I'm trying to pull up.
Hey, look, I ain't never been to a football game, man. Let me tag along. I ain't never been to a football game.
Let's do it, baby. Let's do it.
Never.
Hey, as soon as I hear Aaron Rodgers playing, I'm gonna get the ticket.
All right, hey man, let me know.
You going to see Jordan Love?
Hey,
you go see Jordan Love?
Hey, I'm putting out saying this right now. If Aaron Rodgers don't play, I'm Buffalo Bills.
hey, after I go to a live game, I might come back and change my mind about what I said about him, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me know, man. Right. But yeah, man, this was a lot of fun, man. Fun season. Appreciate you guys, man. We Bart Dunnan in this year, man, and he fit right with us, man. And had a lot of good info, man. So Dunnan, I appreciate you.
I like
Bart,
that.
Bart Port. Yeah, man. Bart Port back. Oh yeah, man. We'll be back. We'll be definitely back to do it again. Like I said, Sam, Skinner, Felix, regulars, Port, POV came on once. I didn't get to Ray this year. Ray came on last year. I invited Doug Stevens tonight, but he couldn't make it. He coached with DJ. But man, everybody, man, just for supporting, just for the love, man. Appreciate all y'all. Love y'all boys. Appreciate the support. Appreciate y'all jumping on at any time, man. And Real Sports Fan Podcast, man, we got 4 episodes left, man, and we calling it a season, man. So appreciate all the support. Appreciate you guys. Real Sports Fan Podcast. We out of here. Peace. All right, fellas. Get with y'all.